Hacktex Virtual Training Materials, Virtual Guide on Entrepreneurship, Learning Unit 2, From Idea to Opportunities. Lesson 2. Idea Generation. In this lecture, you will learn to apply creative thinking to the advanced and smart textile sector. The key aspects for an effective brainstorming. The tools and techniques to stimulate creativity and select ideas. How to take into account the end-user perspective in the design development. The process starts with the identification of the problems we want to solve, or the opportunities we desire to exploit. Idea generation is the act of coming up with new, applicable ideas, and it's vital to the success of the creative problem-solving process. First of all, it's essential to have a goal in mind from the start, that is both specific and attainable. To get to the root of the issue, try to collect as much information as you can, before beginning. In the brainstorming phase, you need to involve the right people according to the identified problem and the objectives you want to reach, and stimulate idea production with the use of different kinds of techniques. Finally, the ideas are revised, and the best ones are selected to be further developed. The worth of the ideas you create will depend in large part on the way you define your problems. The first step is to identify why you need a solution to the problem. To do this, answer these questions. What is the basic need? Who will benefit? The next step is to understand the problem, by identifying all the causes, the already existing solutions, and the constraints. Creative thinking is the ability to come up with innovative and original ideas, concepts, and solutions to problems. In the next slides we will see how to apply creative thinking to the advanced textile sector. Acer defines creative thinking as the capacity to generate many different kinds of ideas, manipulate them in unusual ways, and make unconventional connections. It consists of 3 strands. The generative process can produce a large number of ideas, which can be combined to construct a creative product. Critical to this process is the ability to consciously consider ideas from multiple perspectives, and to think creatively within the constraints of a task. The appropriateness of a solution should then be tested. The end result should fit the initial purpose, and add some sort of novelty element to those that already exist. Finally, the idea needs to be elaborated to illustrate its potential for achieving the defined goal. Brainstorming is an effective method to generate new ideas. To conduct a fruitful brainstorming session, there are different elements that need to be taken into account. For the process to be as productive as possible, it is important to involve the right people. Ideally, the group should be small enough to allow for effective collaboration and discussion, but large enough to include a diverse range of perspectives. The composition of the working group should include different experts, who can provide insights on the diverse aspects of smart textile development, according to the specific field of application and the specific objectives we want to reach. For instance, if we want to produce new ideas for smart textile products in the medical field, we could involve medical professionals, sensor experts, textile engineers, data analysts, and ethicists. When conducting a brainstorming session, it can be helpful to set constraints or limitations to guide the creative thinking process. Make sure your goals are ambitious and specific enough. For example, let's say the challenge is the development of a wearable that integrates smart textiles to improve safety for outdoor activities. Possible constraints could be related to the need to make a product that is washable and durable, as it is intended for outdoor use, comfortable to wear for extended periods of time, affordable and accessible without compromising safety and quality, and designed with sustainability in mind, using eco-friendly materials and manufacturing processes wherever possible. Creativity techniques represent methods that promote creative thinking, encouraging participation, free thinking, and open discussion. Brainstorming cards are a useful tool for facilitating group brainstorming sessions. There are different kinds of brainstorming cards addressing different purposes. Here we present the Tiles Internet of Thing Inventor Toolkit, an open-source project with the scope to foster human-centered design of novel Internet of Things user experiences, by ideating solutions for the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. The toolkit provides different kind of cards that can be combined to invent a solution to a defined problem. Domain cards summarize the goals and the people who will be impacted by the invention. Technology cards provide simple descriptions of technology like things, sensors, data, and user interfaces. Mission cards spice up your mix by providing provocative design goals. Criteria cards help to reflect and converge towards meaningful ideas. Tiles has been designed as a flexible tool, adaptable to ideate augmented things for a variety of domains, including smart textiles. To apply the cards to smart textiles, select the ones that are relevant for the sector, such as cards with prompts related to wearable technology, sensing, or connectivity, and use them as a starting point for generating ideas. For example, if you choose a card with the prompt, connectivity, you could brainstorm ideas for a smart textile project that incorporates wireless communication technology. Consider the type of textile material you want to use in your project, such as conductive fabrics, smart fibers, or e-textiles. Combine the prompt on the card with other technologies, such as sensors, microcontrollers, and actuators, to create a more complex project. Experiment with different combinations of cards to refine your idea. Test your project and make changes as needed. Scamper is a creative problem-solving method used to generate new ideas, improve existing ones, and overcome challenges. The acronym SCAMPER stands for substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, and reverse. The method stimulates the finding of innovative solutions to existing problems and can be easily applied to the advanced textile sector. For example, we could think to substitute traditional textile fibers with new, innovative materials such as graphene, nanotubes, or conductive polymers, or combine different types of fibers to create new types of textiles with unique properties. Adapt phase change materials to create temperature-regulating fabrics. Modify traditional textiles by adding conductive elements. Put textiles to new and innovative uses. For example, using them as sensors to monitor vital signs. Eliminate the need for dyeing by using new materials that have naturally occurring colors. Reverse traditional production processes with innovative ones such as 3D printing. Once you've evaluated all the ideas, you need to prioritize the ones that seem to have the most potential for success. The 3-Horizon framework is a strategic tool that helps organizations identify and prioritize opportunities for innovation and growth. In Horizon 1, the goal is to maintain and improve the current business to ensure short-term profitability and growth. In Horizon 2, the goal is to build on the organization's strengths while exploring new growth opportunities. Finally, in Horizon 3, the goal is to create long-term growth and value for the organization by exploring disruptive and transformative opportunities. Another important aspect to take into account when developing a successful and marketable smart or advanced textile product is the end user's perspective. Here are some key points to keep in mind. Understand the specific needs, preferences, and requirements of the end users. Consider factors like comfort, style, functionality, and usability. Focus on creating an intuitive user experience. The product should be easy to use, with clear instructions and controls. Prioritize the safety and well-being of end users. Consider factors like hypoallergenic materials, non-toxic components to avoid any potential health hazards. While incorporating advanced features, consider the cost-benefit ratio and prioritize the ones that users perceive valuable and that meet their needs. For example, if developing smart clothing, consider features such as temperature regulation or biometric monitoring. Gather feedback from end users throughout the development process. An empathy map is a useful tool to understand and empathize with end users during the design phase of advanced and smart textile products. Start by identifying the specific user persona or target audience segment you want to focus on. Consider demographic information, needs, preferences, and goals related to the product. Then divide the visual representation into 4 quadrants that will help you identify users' thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and pain points. The Thinks and Feel quadrant records what the user thinks or believes about the smart textile product. This includes their opinions, assumptions, and perceptions. The C quadrant focuses on what the user sees, such as the design and shape or the promotional materials demonstrating the product's features. The Hear quadrant collects the auditory stimuli and information that the user receives, that can be recommendations, opinions or marketing messages. The Say and Do quadrant captures what the user says about the product and their interactions with existing smart cloths or accessories. To conclude, we can remark the following key concepts for the production of promising ideas. The worth of the ideas will depend upon the way you define your problems. Creative thinking is the ability to produce innovative ideas. Setting up the right working group and define constraints to a challenge will determine the effectiveness of the ideation process. Creativity techniques represent methods that promote creative thinking. The three-horizon framework is a strategic tool that helps prioritize opportunities for innovation. When designing a new product, it is fundamental to take into account the user perspectives to be successful into the market.